Well, we have a few chances of storms in the next few days. The humidity sticks around this week and it will occasionally be pretty hot with maybe another 90-degree reading or two. So it was our hottest weekend of the summer, at least so far. Maybe we'll have another weekend in August that does this, but 90 degrees both days, 91 Saturday, 90 Sunday. Even Duluth hit 91, even right next to the lake, out on Park Point, 91. And Barris hit 90, our cool spot in the state typically. We're up to 3 days now of 90-degree readings in the Twin Cities. We're behind still. Normal to date is about 9. In a whole year, we averaged 13. Last year, at this point, we had 20. And we finished it with 33 of them. So yeah, we're not going to see what we had last year probably. But we can always make up lost ground. We had a lot of them in August last year. We saw some rainfall over the last 24 hours, the heaviest of it across central and east central Minnesota. Schaefer, over 3 inches of rain. New Brighton, 2.5. But then the MSP, just 36 of an inch. So we're going to be in the mid to upper 80s today, a steamy one, decreasing clouds. Stable the rest of the day, really, but we are watching the next upper level disturbance. A little mass of clouds right now moving out of Idaho into Montana and Wyoming. This is going to spark potentially some thunderstorms across the Dakotas tonight, and then what's left of that will move into Minnesota potentially for the early morning on Tuesday. Slight risk of severe weather with those storms in South Dakota primarily. Large hail threat, maybe 2-inch size hail there. And most likely are some of these high wind gusts. So we're not really looking at any tornado days here. A tornado is always possible with strong storms, but mostly it's these high wind gusts, these bow echoes and large hail. Tomorrow that risk is in mostly Iowa, but all the while Minnesota's on the marginal level 1 out of 5 of things, which we can't rule it out, but looks like the best likelihood of severe weather is going to be Wednesday for much of southern Minnesota. Twin Cities just on the edge of this slight risk, but that could change as we see just these clusters of storms occasionally. So tonight they develop in South Dakota and then track east, what's left of it, maybe even redeveloping. Now this is the NAM model. I put in a time range because it's kind of late. Most of the other models are earlier in the morning Tuesday, then we clear out, it's steamy, but then more storms to develop here Wednesday evening. These will sweep across the state, and that's when we're going to be looking for potentially some strong winds, better threat of severe weather in Minnesota. For today, into tonight, mostly North Dakota, these higher wind gusts, and then you can see they kind of fizzle out as they move east. But as we head into Wednesday evening, those storms that develop in the Dakotas do look to hold together some, and those could produce high wind gusts across western and southern Minnesota. So that's what we'll be watching for Wednesday, is potential for maybe a bow echo scenario later in the day, and then more storms potentially Wednesday night. Tomorrow, though, if we clear out early enough, could hit 90 again. It'll all depend upon those early morning thunderstorms, if they actually hold together or not, and how late. It is going to be humid, though, all week long. Dew points are going to hover around 70, so if you don't like the humidity, you make sure that AC is working well because it's sticking around through the week. Might see a drop by Sunday, but otherwise pretty steamy through the week, and occasionally a chance at hitting 90 again. Probably not today. Could tomorrow, again, if we clear out early enough. It does look as though we should see afternoon sun, but you know, these early morning storms, if they hold together, they can really throw a wrench in those afternoon highs. Wednesday looks hot before those storms develop late in the day, could be near 90. Thursday, some lingering showers early, then decreasing clouds. Looks nice and sunny, hot again. Friday, Saturday, upper 80s, maybe 90 again. And then we see a cool front, a weak one, come through Sunday. That should drop temperatures slightly, but most importantly, we might see a day or two break from some of the highest dew points at least.